合國將每年10月1號定為世界艾滋病日。自從醫學界喺25年前發現艾滋病之後，目前全球估計有4000萬人感染艾滋病病毒。每日11000個新感染者當中，95%嚟自低收入同中等收入國家。今年有2900萬個艾滋病病人死亡，唔少係因為負擔唔起高昂嘅藥費失救而死。雖然治療艾滋病嘅藥物研發工作一直冇停過，亦都有新藥推出，不過藥物嘅專利權往往由跨國藥廠擁有，市場亦都由佢哋壟斷。
The harms created by the patent system are self-evident. Millions of people don't have access to critical drugs because they cannot afford them.
For the companies, it's about profit. But for us, it's not a matter of profit. It's not a matter of generic. It's not a matter of branded drugs. It's a matter of life and death.
印度喺5年前開始大量生產平價嘅非專利抗艾滋病病毒藥物，扭轉專利藥壟斷嘅形勢，令到無數艾滋病人可以買到過去負擔唔起嘅藥物。
I was diagnosed only in 1997, and I've been taking antiretroviral drugs for the last 4 years now. People knows about AIDS is incurable. It's a dreadful disease. They thought that people with HIV/AIDS will be thin, skinny, and sick all the time.
阿 Lun 住喺首都德里，病發呢幾年，佢每日一早一晚都要服用由當地藥廠生產嘅藥，對抗艾滋病。而家印度有接近600萬個艾滋病帶菌者，阿 Lun 好慶幸自己能夠得到藥物治療，過正常嘅生活。
People also has to know by now that with the help of these antiretroviral drugs, you can restore your immune system again. You can be as healthy as any other person. You can be as productive as any other person, contributing to the society, to your family, to your friends, everyone.
印度嘅藥廠可以自行生產抗艾滋病毒藥物，係因為早喺1970年政府制定嘅專利法，只係承認喺當地進行生產嘅跨國藥廠擁有生產過程嘅專利權，而唔係產品嘅專利權。所以當地藥廠喺掌握到研製技術同埋成分之後，佢哋就開始自行生產抗艾滋病毒藥物。不過價錢就只係專利藥嘅1/10。
If you look at 2000, there was virtually no AIDS treatment in the developing world because the companies who held the patents were selling per treatment. For a year's treatment, a patient had to pay $10,439. Now, $10,439 for one patient to pay or a government to pay for that patient was not feasible. And in that situation, you had India who produced the same drugs in combination for $350 per patient per year, and which has now come down to $132.
印度生產嘅非專利藥唔單止令到當地人受惠，而家亞洲、非洲國家輸入嘅藥物當中，估計有50%嚟自印度，幫助唔少貧窮國家嘅艾滋病人舒緩困境。
For Medicines Sans Frontiers treats 60,000 people living with HIV/AIDS across developing countries. What is noticeable in the projects and the interventions where they do treatment is that they're largely dependent on Indian drugs. 84% of the AIDS drugs that Medicines Sans Frontiers buys is from India. The source of drugs is India. If the drugs get patented, they will become expensive and unavailable. So the source of drugs, of AIDS treatment, will dry up. And many of these patients that we treat now we will not be able to continue treatment, or if we can afford to treat people, we'll have to stop at treating a few people and not more.
10年前，印度加入世界貿易組織。根據與貿易有關嘅知識產權協議之下，印度要修訂當地嘅專利法。舊年政府通過嘅新法案，容許藥廠為所有喺1995年以後發明嘅新藥申請專利，而一旦批准，其他藥廠就唔可以再喺印度生產同一種嘅藥物。
This pattern clearly divide between people who have and people who doesn't have. So people with HIV who have will live, people with HIV who doesn't have will have to die.
喺印度，公共醫療支出佔當地國民生產總值唔夠1%。有病，大部分人都要自己俾錢睇醫生同埋買藥。不過，當地超過一半人口每日嘅收入只係得15蚊港元，好難負擔得起高昂嘅醫療費用。阿 Nun 同一班病友好驚研製抗愛滋病毒藥物嘅大藥廠，一旦申請到專利，當地藥廠就要被逼停產，到時佢哋就冇平價藥食。所以佢聯絡當地嘅一班志願組織，向政府提出抗議。律師阿 Chan 所屬嘅組織專門監察藥廠嘅申請，以防佢哋將唔係新發明嘅藥物一併申請專利。
There's a danger of linking public health to patent rights because patent protection is about recouping investments. Patent protection is about monopolizing, and to monopolize a way to save someone's life is just not a very good idea. Whether the patent system is right and wrong is another debate altogether. But patent protection should not come at the cost of denying millions of people access to life-saving drugs.
What we fear is, as much as patients fear, that the source of drugs, generics, affordable drugs, is going to dry up because of patents. And it's becoming more and more clearer. Every new drug that we want, we look at countries where they're available and we realize they have been patented. For example, our struggle to access tenofovir and Kaletra, 2 new AIDS drugs. We have been virtually quite unsuccessful in accessing them from big companies.
On that time I lost my weight, and because of skin rashing, my CD4 count was -0. Then they immediately started that monotherapy first-line treatment.
上貓5年前愛滋病發，開始接受抗愛滋病治療。佢話自己好彩，因為當時政府開始一項計劃，為病人提供免費嘅藥物，令佢嘅病情可以穩定落嚟。
Slowly I develop myself and I recover myself. That is a turning point of my life. After got that HIV virus, and on that time I am able to empower myself to do much more for those who are infected or affected of HIV. This is opposed to ethanol AIDS drugs. Maybe March or April.
上貓食咗幾年第一線藥之後，2個月前身體開始產生抗藥性，醫生話要用第2線嘅藥治療，不過藥費每個月要成1500蚊港元。上貓話，就算第2線嘅藥可以幫到自己，佢都冇能力負擔咁貴嘅藥費。
I don't know whoever can help to me. My salary was 3,500. So in a metropolitan city like Delhi, it is very hard to maintain a family.
第二線嘅藥比第一線嘅平均貴10幾倍。呢啲藥大部分喺95年之後發明，受到印度新法例保障。當地藥廠唔可以再生產同類藥物，缺乏競爭之下，藥價好難降低。
I was worried about my future, and I also worried about my family, my wife, my son.